Let's see, I could paint this old barn, or I could paint this old truck. I'll paint that. So you may see that I put my truck in the middle of the composition, and you may think that may not work. But looking at the way the highlights hit the truck, I think it'll work. This part will pretty much fall off, and you'll see more of the front end of the truck here. I'm pretty close to being ready to add paint. Call this the headache rack. Yeah, I made the realization after getting this all blocked in that this is a lot lighter than it should be. It actually should be darker than the headache rack right here. I'm going to go back and work in some of the highlights in the panel of the truck here because I know this wants to be lighter. So I'm going to do that. And whenever you make a stroke, you want to sit with it and take a look at it, make sure it reads well. You don't want to go back and try and adjust it. It looks a little bit light, but it might be pretty close in actuality. I'll see how it goes after I darken this up a bit.
Fly in tomorrow instead of between the weekends. I think brought her to a Plein Air event, or either maybe it was a good time.
It's a matter of comparing all your values. I go back to my analogy of when in doubt, squint.
Since we were married, 5 years.
And that is a direct quote from an instructor of mine named John Clapp.
Well, I'm not.
Okay, so I have more of it filled in. I think I'd like to push this back a little bit. I want to repeat some of the colors from the headache rack into the door. Scumble some of that over the green. That doesn't look so green. And shape some of this out. Get some of this color down here on the panel. And some up here. And so I'll just go back and forth and work things. Line here. Oh, we're getting there. I'll put in some sky reflection on the top of the fender. A little streak of blue right here. And then I'll build up the highlights on the very top. Okay, so as I'm looking at this, I can see that the grass needs to be a lot brighter. I'm seeing that the light going through the window of the cab is not as bright as the grass, so I could either darken that or brighten up the grass, or do both. Okay, so I think I'll attack this with a massive amount of yellow. Sort of brighten it up instantly. And I can only soften it with a brush to work it back into the original paint. But this will get me pretty close to where I want to be. I think I'll bring some of this up along the ridge. So I want to keep it fairly saturated, and then I can always push it back later. Adding white is always good, but I want to save that to the very end. I'll brush that in.
Looks like I care. Talking to the horse. Right.
Well, I'll sit with that for a while and see how we like it. I think I'll put a little highlight here with a thin palette knife. Alright, right there. It's going to be very fine line. Just like that. Okay, you can see I'm getting pretty close with this. The greens are looking a little bit too acid, a little bit too much chroma. So I'm going to push it back on this side, down to the base where this is more flat. So I'm going to take a little magenta, do a swash right here, just to help push this surface back. Oh. Scumble that in with a brush. May not be the desired effect, but we'll take a look. I'll definitely push those greens back. Might throw in some cad red in places. Cad red's always good for pushing back the greens. Okay, I think I'll call it done. Thank you for watching.